Now, in support of startups and small businesses, here with Maddie, Jason and Arnold in the morning on Kiss 92, powered by Nespresso, the ultimate coffee experience. We want to speak to men and women who dare to dream big, create and inspire. And with us today are the founders of the Learning Sanctuary. They're a couple, Esther and Rodney. Hello.
Hi.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Thanks for joining us because I know you're really busy. You just started this Learning Sanctuary tuition center, and it's a homeschool and tuition center that offers an alternative to the Singapore education system.
Well, let me clarify that.
I got it wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I would like to clarify that we are not actually alternative option to the local education system. Rather, we provide help for students to excel in their studies. If any student feels that they can't fit into the system for whatever reason, we would like to provide a way out for them. We have a second chance for them.
So let me get this straight. The Learning Sanctuary is about students who find it difficult to adapt to the current system.
There are two prongs to it because I mentor kids from the mainstream. They come to my center for me to help them digest the information, like they call it a tutor.
Right.
But I'm more than a tutor. So what I do is basically to help these kids to feel that they have a purpose, they have a goal, and to reach that goal.
Okay, so let me understand it. So the Learning Sanctuary actually offers two kinds of help.
Yes.
One is for students, as you've just described, and the other is for students, as Rodney has just described, those who have trouble adapting to the current system, who need perhaps a bit more help than an average student. Am I correct to say that?
So, in fact, for both groups of students, they come with issues. Those for the mainstream, they come with issues as well. They couldn't cope also with the studies.
If they're coming to you, then obviously they're having trouble.
I mean, I think a lot of Singaporean kids do have that problem. They can't cope at least in one subject or another, right?
Yes.
So we're here to help them, to mentor them, to guide them.
Do you find that that's the one thing that really does separate a student who does well from one who does poorly, is that the student who does poorly doesn't have a goal or a plan or a dream or a motivation? They're lacking in motivation a lot of times. Isn't that correct?
Yes, you can say that. At the same time, I feel that, to be able to excel in academics, you have to have all the parameters covered, like the mental strength, spiritually, physically, and emotionally.
Right.
If any one of it is out of alignment, you can see the students' results suffer.
Right.
And we talk about EQ and IQ. Almost Singaporean students are basically either average or above average students. And so I believe that they can reach that. And from my years of experience, I've discovered that, every student has that innate desire to learn.
And to do well and to please their parents as well.
Yes. But the thing is that along the way, somehow or other, something has given them that discouragement or blocked them off.
Right.
Or even, they can't get through that hurdle.
Right.
That's where I am the catalyst.
Right.
And that's where you're the mentor as opposed to just being the tutor.
Yes, that's right.
And I think it's kind of helpful when your kid has an issue. Sometimes it's very hard for the parents to broach.
Sometimes the parents might be the issue.
Yeah, exactly. And do you find that in that way you are able to help get through to the kids better?
Yeah, because I become the bridge for the parents
So
and
you
the
work
students.
closely with parents as well?
Yes,
in
very,
resolving
very
issues
close.
when it comes to parent-child issues.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Then you should charge the parents extra, right? Because then you're being the second mom. When we come back, more on homeschooling, the pros and cons, and also how Esther and Rodney went from a home-based outfit to a commercial learning center. Here on Kiss 92 with Maddie, Jason, and Arnold in the morning. How are you today? Powered by Nespresso, the ultimate coffee experience. We are here with founders of the Learning Sanctuary, Esther and Rodney, who dreamt a dream, devoted their lives to education. And at your center, you say you offer support for homeschoolers and students and also a more holistic curriculum.
Okay, most curriculum only focuses on the mind and the body. But here we have a curriculum that incorporates character building into the textbook. And we will mentor, counsel, motivate, encourage, guide our students. We speak life into their hearts.
So the basic education is important. However, we also recognize that they have different talents, in different intelligence.
Right.
So we actually help to groom them towards where they are heading, where they desire.
Right.
Let me get into the nuts and bolts here. You say you provide support to homeschoolers and students who are seeking an alternative, if you like, approach to education? How exactly do you do this? And does it mean that students who go to you can actually forego the standard education system here and learn what they need to learn and go through the various exams down the road as well?
Okay, first thing we got to understand why some parents choose homeschooling for their kids. Like in the US, some of the family live far away from the nearest school.
Okay.
Right.
So they have to homeschool
Sure.
them. But here we have parents who felt that the local system is too harsh for the kids.
Okay.
So they just want to make sure that they prepare their kids adequately before they send them out to the society.
Right. And I think some parents might worry if they homeschool their kids that the kids are never going to build up any social intelligence because they'll be so isolated. How do you guys handle that situation?
You see, homeschoolers, they're not like prisoners. Yeah? You understand? They're not prisoners.
That's good to hear.
At home, they relate to their family members. Yeah.
Is it a school-like setting? Do they interact with people, students their age, and they get along with
That's
them
right.
like a normal school?
Yeah, in fact, we provide a platform, we provide an environment for all the homeschoolers to come in so they can
I
interact.
see.
So they interact with each other,
That's
and pick up
right.
some social
Yeah.
skills and
Yes.
That's right.
interaction skills from there. Okay.
And we also have activities for them. Like we
Right.
do forest adventure. We go and do like gelato making.
Sure.
We have activities that they are able to mingle around.
Okay.
Projects. We even have like a awards night to give
Right.
one
Okay.
who's good in
Right.
what. At the same time, that gives them the chance to perform, to show their
Sure.
talents.
Right. Terrific.
So this is a family business. I mean, the both of you have put your heart and soul, your money and everything into this business, right?
Yes.
It's all your eggs in one basket. Are you scared?
You were an engineer before, Rodney, right?
Well, I ran a business before. Then I got 2 kids as well. So what happened here is I find that I have to bring up my 2 kids. I started to homeschool them, and then there are other families that heard about us and they wanted to join us. So that's where we have a group, a community of homeschoolers.
So it started out at home.
That's right.
And then
yeah.
finally now you have your dream, which is a proper learning center. What was the
Yes.
journey like? Did you have to, borrow from the bank to set up this business?
Actually, it took us years. Because we are like farmers. It's not the S dollar that we are looking at, but every child has got a potential. And I started off teaching just to earn a few extra income, and because my kids were young. But the more I go into it, I saw the needs, the emotions that the students were going through, and I thought to myself, am I just going to be a tutor or something more than that? These kids need help. I was a student before, and I remembered those days where I studied and I was very lonely. I mean, it's a lonely journey if you don't have help.
And it's even harder now.
Yeah, because our society is getting very complex.
Yeah.
And these kids, are they going to be measured by just their grades alone? So I was thinking to myself, what can I put the 2 and 2 together? What is that ingredient or that X factor that I need to see in order to help these kids to propel them to a higher level? And that's where I discovered that it's relentless belief in them.
Wow.
Oh yes, I have a lot of setbacks as well. Okay, it's like climbing Mount Everest, many times up and down for each student.
I can imagine, because just dealing with one teenager is enough, and you are dealing with
More than enough.
I know, and you're dealing with them on a daily basis, probably a few hundred by now.
Yeah. I love your idealism and your imagination and the fact that you're trying to forge your own path and help these kids do the same. I think it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
You see, every kid is precious.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to be very careful when we move. Let's say you want to move from a home to a learning center. It involves cost. So we have to be very careful when we move, because it's going to affect the students as well. Right? Yeah.
So many considerations.
But at a center, you can reach out, hopefully, to reach out and cater to more students who need help.
Yes, that's why we actually took that leap of faith in order to go into this so that more students can benefit, because we understand that a lot more kids are really having difficulties in their studies. And we saw that And we just want to reach out to these kids.
Terrific.
And if you want to find out more about the Learning Sanctuary, it's all on their website, learningsanctuary.org. Thanks so much, Esther and Rodney. All the best.
Thank you
All
very
the
much.
best.
Thank you guys.